Hi, welcome to Twin Takeaway again this week. I am Akira,
And I'm Aurora.
and today we got some good stories for you. Mine are a little bit of a glitch in the matrix, get a little freaky, but not spooky freaky, just weird. And then I got a little malicious compliance, but it has to do with some little weaponized incompetence. Switch it up a little bit. And then I also got a good petty revenge for you today. And that one's going to be good. It's with a little nail salon. What do you got for us today, Aura?
Nice. I have some petty revenge to start it off because, let's be honest, that's our whole thing now. We love a petty revenge.
Oh, we
There's
love
always
a good
one in our
revenge.
episodes.
Yeah, there's never not a revenge. I love good revenge.
And then I have an a-hole one with some outing some people.
Love it.
And then I will have a little bridal story. It's more funny, a little more fun, a little bit goofy.
Love it. I love a good bridal. Alrighty, let's get into them.
All right. So my first one is from Petty Revenge. It's by Uncivil Servant 88. Petty parking revenge. This was not me. This was my dad. Happened earlier today. He had been shopping, and as he returned to his car, as another person was parking next to him. Now, this gentleman was on the larger side of large and needed extra space to get out of his car. No judgment, just important context for the reason why he parked as he did. So, what did he do to give himself enough space and comfortable exit from his vehicle? He parked 2/3 of his wheels into my dad's bay with his passenger side blocking my dad from getting into the driver's side of the car. My dad asked him politely to move, which he told us, I'm already parked. F off or wait for me to get back. Dad had to go to another shop for another item, as whilst there he noticed a bike lock on sale for £2.99. Said bike lock was swiftly purchased and looped through the gentleman's wheel and a convenient shopping trolley. Sadly, Dad didn't stay around for the results. Well, wish I could have been there to see his reaction.
Dang, I'm so bummed he didn't stay. I hate when they don't stay because I want to know how it ends.
Me too.
But that's a good petty revenge. But also, like it's kind of supposed to be annoying, but still, I'd be so annoyed if I was that person. But I get it. I mean, as bigger people ourselves, like, I get it, man. Sometimes I'll be leaning. And sometimes you gotta go out the back seat. Sometimes you have to go out the other side seat.
Yeah.
These people park too close and stuff like that. Or we just need more space in general sometimes. So it is tough. But at the same time, you can't, like, inconvenience someone. Especially when you're right there and they're like, hey, can you just, like, scoot over just so I can get in and get out. Like, you can get back in your car for 2 seconds, knowing that you did park over because you needed more space. Cool, if you needed more space, that's fine. But now, there you go. Now you get extra space, and now it's not I'm next to text you
Yeah.
to even maybe hit your car because they have to get in somehow.
Yeah. Because, to park over the line is crazy. I never park over the line. And if I'm going to park over the line, I park way out in the boonies where no one else is parked. And then I park over the line and do whatever I gotta do. And then walk that way.
Facts.
Because I'm not gonna inconvenience someone else just because I need that.
Yeah, when I do feel like I need extra space because like we go to a parking lot that's really thin spaces and people are really close together, then I do park in the boonies because there's usually no one out there. So then now you have like you have an open space next to you.
Yeah.
So now you can completely get out, be fine, and you have to just truck it. And it does suck. I hate having to truck it, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Have some space.
Because I'm not gonna be the person parked up on somebody. I don't want someone keying my car. I don't need someone slamming their door into my car because I'm too close.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to slam my door into other people's
Oh my god,
cars.
I'm so furious. I'd be like, I just put my hand on it and let it hit my hand.
Me
Make sure it's like
too.
safe. Oh my god, I get so
Especially
nervous.
because our doors always swing out wide with that
It
little, with
does.
our bug.
Yes.
And I'm always like,
Our
oh.
doors are so wide. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
And I just set it down gently with my hand in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I climb out.
I know. On windy days out here, I'll park at work, I'll park where no one's next to me because our doors get carried so fast.
Yes.
And I'll barely be having it, it just whips out of my hand.
Yeah. When I know it's windy, because we have the little bungee side thing on our door, to, like
Yeah.
put the cups and stuff, I stick my foot in there, my toes in there,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
like
that's
hold
smart.
it, and then I like let it open with the wind, and then I try to slide my other leg underneath that leg and then get out. It's a whole journey. It's like real gymnasticy, but it helps me from being so nervous I'm gonna hit someone's
Oh my
car when my
gosh,
door's swinging
yeah.
open. But yeah. Yeah, I would hate to hit someone's car, and that's obviously what they were doing. Like, they were probably nervous to their cars. They were like, can you just move it real quick? I don't want to ding your car or anything. And
Yeah.
like you're in my area. So, I mean, the nice thing to do is just move it real quick and be like, oh yeah, you're right. I am in your area. So I'll move it.
I
But
know. I would have just been like,
so,
sorry.
you got to get revenge. People got to learn someday that you can't be
Yes.
messing around. You can't be rude to somebody else and like do something to somebody else and then not expect them to get back
Oh
revenge on
yeah.
you.
To yell at me to wait till you get back. No,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. It's like the guy with the dad with the keys.
Yeah. Actually, I am gonna wait for you to get back. Wait for you to get back and see what I did.
Exactly. I would have
Although this
moved
dad
2
didn't.
aisles over and watched from there
I would
because
have.
they know they probably would have came after my car if they knew because they knew
Yeah,
about me.
100%.
But I would have moved 2 aisles over, kind of scooted down, and then just scope and on my bad boys. See what happens.
All right, top comment. Not perfect enough. The dad should have barked elsewhere to see his reaction.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I
was
would
gonna
have
say.
done. And then OP replied, he was worried that if he did, so it would have been seen as malicious. However, I would have waited and filmed the reaction.
I don't know if I would have filmed it because then that is kind of getting malicious because like now you're trying to be like, haha, I got you, and I'm recording and like kind of post it.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe you would record it, and maybe if you didn't post it, maybe it's not that malicious. If you're just showing it to your friends and family because it's hilarious, then maybe it's not that bad. But I feel like staying around is not really truly malicious, just seeing your revenge and making sure it got the full effect that it needed to get.
Yeah, but I think they're saying it because, like, if you stayed around, if it's illegal or
Yeah.
something where they can get you or get your license plate, you stuck around for that. Yeah, I might have. Yeah, I can kind of see where he was at, but I think I would have parked, like, far enough off
Yeah.
that I could have just had binoculars and
Yeah.
waited it out.
Unless you have a really known car, then maybe don't stay.
Yeah.
But that's funny.
Okay, no top comment. I'll admit I probably lurk around to see his reaction too. That said, that's one thing that makes OP's dad so badass. The confidence. He didn't need to wait around and in some countries risk being easily found and charged with some lame harassment charge or for the damages to the clueless dude's car if he found out the hard way the car is attached. He knew it was going to be a mess, was going to mess up that guy's day. Then he went on with his day. That's ice water in the veins. He said, a la Clint Eastwood. And I curtsy to that level of chutzpah. Well done, sir, whoever you are.
Honestly, that's hilarious. True that. Just like the goal to just know, like, you got him. You got him so good, you don't even need to stay around.
Yeah.
You already know what his reaction is. That's
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
You already know he's going to have to get like some kind of bike lock or, I mean, a
Yeah, the
bolt cutters,
yes.
or he's gonna have to get something or call somebody to help him.
Yes.
Yeah, you already know it's gonna be like a whole thing.
Exactly.
So
So
yes, yeah, you don't have to really stick around because you know what the outcome's gonna be. He's gonna be mad,
yeah.
and then he's gonna have to figure out a way to get it off, whether it's cutting it himself or calling somebody to help cut it
Yeah, like
off.
AAA or something or calling a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's hilarious. Right. Now let's go from something a little funny now to some glitch in the matrix. And this is going to be posted by Absolute Grief. And it's called Stuffed Animal Dropped Out of Thin Air. I think this is in the right place for this, although it has some crossover with other slightly paranormal experiences that we've had in our house. Last night, my wife and I were going to sleep. A few minutes past midnight. We have no kids, no pets. We are the only people in the house. We had washed our bed sheets and duvet earlier in the evening and had put the fresh bedding on right before bed. My wife has a stuffed animal possum from when she was young and named it Puddin' Pop.
cute.
He usually is just plopped down at the end of the bed or sometimes down on the floor when he rolls off the bed. Occasionally, she'll cuddle up with it when she's going to sleep. While falling asleep, we were laying there talking. I'm spooning her, my arm over her, with my arm and head, the only parts of my body outside of the covers, as our conversation is trailing off. As we're getting sleepy, I say something like, "Where's Puddin' Pot? Did we put him back on the bed after making it?" She just responds that she isn't sure, and then we're quiet for a few minutes. Maybe 3 minutes go by, and Puddin' Pop suddenly lands on my arm, which is slung over my wife as we're all cuddled up. He's stuffed with the material inside Beanie Babies, and he makes a distinct plop sound. Like if we're to drop a Beanie Baby down a table, a very audible sound. Our eyes both shoot up immediately. Did you just drop Puddin' Pop down somehow? No, how could I have? She responds. She was completely under the covers, other than her head. She is immediately freaked out. The stuffed animal came down hard enough for her to feel it through the covers and to jolt us both. We have no bedside table by the bed, nothing at all he could have fallen off of. Our bed is essentially just against the wall in the middle of the room. I have no real explanation of where he came from, how he just dropped down on top of us, or anything. Very bizarre. I found it very hard to fall asleep for the next hour.
Oof. I mean, where'd he come from? Where'd he go? God, not Joe.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
would weird me out. That
Yeah.
is a weird glitch. Um, Also, that feels like it would hurt my arm because I remember when we used to always throw Beanie Babies at each other. Those things hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a weird glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah. And it makes you kind of wonder because at the beginning he does say there's other weirdly, slightly paranormal experiences. It makes you wonder, is it not a glitch and it's something paranormal? Or is it a glitch and are they a hot spot for the glitches to happen? Because there are different places, there are technically hot spots for glitches to happen, and you get more of glitch type feels than you do paranormal feels.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you wonder, are they in one of these? Is that how it ended up on the top and dropped down on them? That's because it's so glitchy in their area, or what? It's real freaky. I
Yeah, I
don't
want to
like
hear
it.
more experiences from him.
Yeah, me
It's like if you're
too.
like, what's going on? If it's like more like a poltergeist thing
Hmm.
going or what? But yeah, that's a weird one. And like, it's also like kind of minor that people would just be like, okay. But for me, if it was me in the house, I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, dude.
And my friends would be like, who cares? It was just a Beanie Baby that fell on you. And I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, oh, you're not getting it though. It was nowhere.
And if you want to see the size, this is the size of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks. That's what it looks like. So it's like decent size. So like for it to like fall off something that size, I still wouldn't think it would get that much air. Not that they said there's nothing around, but just to be that size, there's no way to get that much air to like pounce somebody that sounds like a Beanie Baby thing at a table.
And to be that size and not see it.
Yeah,
Even if it was like floating up,
yeah,
to not see it.
yeah. That's why it doesn't feel paranormal. It does feel glitchy because it doesn't feel like you saw it move up and they've been laying there for a minute, and it
Yeah.
doesn't feel. It just feels like it all of a sudden just popped out of thin air, which feels more glitchy in a Matrix than it
Yeah.
does anything else, which is creepy. And someone just, if based off the picture, someone just said, "Wow, it looks like the possum just passes through my yard every night." I will now on call him Puddin' Pop. Check in my cameras to see the babies. It's on her back. None so far. Someone said clearly Puddin' Pop was resting on the ceiling fan, watching you, and slipped. Nothing out of the ordinary going on here. Someone else asked, "Do you have a cat?" It was the cat. Do you not have a cat? Get two. Even if you're holding one, it can still be the cat. So they're just saying, get a cat to blame it on. Which, same. You just always blame it on something when
Me
it
too.
feels creepy. Always have something to blame it on.
Yeah.
That's like when I hear a noise, I blame it on my house settling or I blame it on my dog.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and if he, because that's what if he sit next to me, I'm like, oh, the house settling, it's an old house. And then if he's not near me, I'm like, oh, he's messing around again. He's doing something. So,
Yeah, that can only go so far. It doesn't work for the scratching that's from your chimney.
I mean,
What
yeah,
can you blame that on?
the house settling. It's
Kobosi.
rocks falling.
Kobosi.
Yeah, dude. No, the scratching in my chimney, I blame on I keep telling myself there's an animal in there. And I'll just never open
It's the
it.
raccoon.
I'm
Yeah.
like, we've lived here this long and I've never opened it, why open it now?
It's a
There's
possum. It's Puddin' Pop.
it's Puddin' Pop. Puddin' Pop's living in there. Puddin' Pop's throwing across that person's yard. Puddin' Pop's in my
Chimney.
chimney. Puddin' Pop's everywhere, man. He's just traveling the world through these glitches, man. He's taking the Matrix through. He's like Neo, man.
Yeah.
You got it. You know it. So funny. One person did say, okay, logical side of my brain. Do you have fitted sheets in your bed? Could Puddin' Pop That's so cute. Talk about its name first. Have been launched off of the tension of the fitted sheet when it's scrunched up with you both in there. This once happened to me with my glasses. Scared the poop out of me. And glitchy sighed. Perhaps Puddin' Pop needed an hour out of the town. And the spirits took her bag. Brought her drunk marsupial ass back when she had too many. I like your logical thinking. I myself was trying to eliminate all the basic physics explanations I could think of. We do have a fitted sheet, but at this point we were in bed under the covers, completely still. Nothing came undone as far as the bedding went, and there was no sound whatsoever prior to the stuffed animal landing on me. No shifting in the bed. The my arm was the high point of the bed, if it makes sense. With my arm on top of her, it was higher than our heads or our hips under the blanket. As in, it couldn't have rolled down or something like that. Was above, as in, it couldn't have rolled down off something that was above my arm. My arm was the highest point, and I slowed down, laying down horizontally. That made sense.
He's saying like it wouldn't have fallen from something either.
No, yeah, it's
Um,
just saying like it wouldn't have like been like by their pillow and rolled down because it's lying
yeah.
stuff by. I get what he's saying. I was just hoping, making sure that it made sense what I was telling you to.
Yeah, and then but yeah, like a fitted sheet, you would have like if it was tension, one, you would have felt it. Two, he said he was laying there for a while. But yeah, so I see what he's saying, but then also like yeah, as that person said, if it was a fitted sheet, then there would have been some kind of you would have felt some kind of jolt. You would have felt some kind of thing. Because like
Hmm.
that's how she scared herself with her glasses, but she probably got scared because she felt them and heard them kind of go up and then back down.
Yeah,
So I feel like they would have felt something, but then also they said they were laying there for a minute or so, before that thing just fell. So even with the tension, like if you were laying still, there wouldn't have been tension that popped it up, anyways.
yeah, and I feel like you would have heard like that tension snap or something. Something else would have give you a sign it was the fitted sheet. But it's a good idea and it's a good thing to blame it on. But like, I feel
Yeah,
like it probably wasn't.
but I'll take the other explanation.
No, me
I'll
too.
take it
I'll keep it.
that possum is drunk and it just
Oh, definitely.
drunk flipping through the
Yeah,
matrix.
I'm definitely taking. He was drunk and his friends were bringing him back through the glitch.
Yeah.
Not bad about
Yeah,
it.
they were just up in the Matrix just drinking and having fun, popping around, beat bopping around.
Yeah, dude. And then the last one we'll read here is maybe Puddin' Pop is in the process of becoming real. The Japanese believe that some inanimate objects acquire a spirit of their own over time. Usually it takes about 100 years for an object to acquire suku, sukumogayami, gain a soul, and become self aware, and often be full of mischief. But perhaps Puddin' Pop is much loved and a prodigy. So
Yeah, I don't
maybe
want
it's
to
coming
accept that
real.
one. I don't want that thing to come to life.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the glitch in the
Yeah, it doesn't
Matrix.
have a glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe if it's a loving little one, like they're thinking this one is, maybe I would want that over a spirit.
that's true.
I
If
think
it's
I
like
would go
fun.
glitch, being alive, spirit.
Yeah, that's true. If it's like a fun one, like what's that manga from way back in the day, where she has like
um,
the murderer's soul
is
in
it
a
Chibi? Chibi
chibi
vampires?
vampire or something like that.
I think it's Chibi
Yeah, and
vampires.
she
I
had the
think.
little soul in the
Yeah,
doll that would like, and it would carry around that big butcher knife and stuff.
yeah. Or be like in Bleach and his little lion guy.
Uh-huh.
I cannot think of his name now.
Yep.
But
So
yeah,
I guess it could be fun having a little spirit in it.
yeah, it could be fun.
But randomly coming to life is kind of freaky. But I mean, if it's nice to me and we're
Yeah.
friends, okay. I mean, if it causes mischief other places and it's like a Megan ordeal where it's like murdering other people, but I'm okay because it's protecting me. I'd feel some type of way about it. But as long as it's not coming from me, I'm not gonna hate it.
Yeah. Still probably want it over a spirit that's coming at me or trying to
Yeah,
mess with
I
me.
might I might try to take it
But
out if it's hurting people, but
yeah.
I am grateful it's looking out for me.
Yeah.
All right. This one is from AITAH, posted by Nashu. Am I the a-hole for exposing my wife's affair at our anniversary dinner? Throwaway because this is a mess. 5 male, wife, 34 female, and I just had our 10-year anniversary. I planned a fancy dinner with our close friends and family. Everything was great until I noticed my wife acting weird with her phone. I glanced over and saw, "Good night, babe," from a name I didn't recognize. I excused myself, went to the restroom, and I did something I probably shouldn't have. I checked her phone. She placed it on her coat hanging on from the chair. Turns out she's been having an affair with Mark, a coworker. Explicit texts, plans to meet up, even complaints about me. I was furious. Instead of confronting her privately, I stood up, tapped my glass, and said, "I just want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate our love. And a special thanks to Mark for keeping my wife entertained when I'm not around." Then I walked out. She's been crying and saying I humiliated her. Our friends are split. Some say she deserved it, others say it went too far. So, am I the a-hole? Edit, we are not divorcing.
Hmm. Deserve the different? No, definitely not. I mean, anybody, honestly, out of most, we're like going back and people are like announcing people cheating. This is one of the most mild ones, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I get why people are saying that. It's because it's like it was supposed to be a special celebratory dinner, but is there a special celebratory dinner that she kind of messed up by having this affair? So I mean, no. And also, they got to know that like if you find out in that moment and you're next to that person, most people would come at the person and say something right then and there. Like it's kind of hard to hold your tongue because you're probably so upset that yeah, no matter what, something was gonna be said in that moment. He did it in such a classy way instead of screaming at her, yelling at her, getting upset. He did it in a classy way of having a speech and saying,
Yeah.
"Thanks, Mark." So at least he was really nice about it and wasn't one of those people that like yells at them and storms out. Which hey, that's very justifiable too, but that's probably more embarrassing or coming at her than that is.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can't be mad. Like he went around it in a good way. I mean, it is on her. That's 10 years, and you're gonna cheat. Yeah, he's gonna do something to get back at you on it.
Yeah. Especially if it's the first night. And honestly, yeah, again, that's pretty tame because some people, like, I think there's ones we've seen where they take the texts and like post them all over social medias and be like, "This is my wife and she's having an affair and this, that, whatever." So, like, yeah, even if you're mad that he embarrassed you, like, yeah, he did in front of your friends, but again, if they're your friends, they're your friends. I'm sure they've seen more embarrassing things about you.
And
But
obviously, some of
then,
them backed her up too.
yeah, and some of them backed her. But then after that, like even after his small blow up, if you want to call it, because it wasn't that even huge of a blow up,
Mm.
then he still said, "Okay, but let's work it out." Because they're not
Facts.
divorcing. So, like, even after all that, like, whether you're embarrassed or not, I mean, he's still with you. He just had his little moment where he was just like, "Are you kidding me?" And then said, "Thanks, Mark," like as a
Exactly.
joke, a salty joke. But I mean, so it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not as far or bad as we've seen. And
Yeah.
in the end, like, you're not an a-hole, and if you're gonna work it out, like in the end, she just has to get over it. It's her affair, and you're staying by her either way. So
Facts, because it could be worse, like you're saying too. Like we have seen worse, and like some of them are like to stay together. You have to take this screenshot of all these texts and send them to every single person you know, and post it on your Facebook, on your all your socials, and you have to send it to your family chats and your friend chat, and you have to explain exactly what you did just to get back in the good graces to stay together. I don't know if he's done any of those things, but from the sound of this, it sounds like he said it in the moment. He got him out in the moment. They're working on it now within each other. And he's taking a step back since he embarrassed her. But this, Elisa, was just in front of your friends in this moment. It was a quick little thing that he made a little jab and left it at that. I mean, it could have been worse. He could have really like
yeah,
made you go through like a bunch of trials and errors after finding out. Instead, he just put you through this thing real quick in this dinner, which who wouldn't be upset in the moment at your 10-year anniversary?
yeah,
Like, it's very justifiable. It's very. mild when I feel like if it happened to me, I'd probably blow up even worse than that. I
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have went off.
and
So.
also like also I get her side though. Like she's probably like I'm so embarrassed and mad at him, but probably because she's kind of more probably mad at herself.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah,
And embarrassed of her actions.
she was having this affair and she was even texting him like good night babe and stuff like on her anniversary. So she's probably like more mad with herself and a little bit embarrassed of like her actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I get where she's probably coming from, where she's saying she's embarrassed and she's probably just kind of taking it out on the wrong person. And like at the same time, like she's probably trying to take it out on him because I mean, if he hasn't done anything more than this, then she's truly just mad because she's like, oh my gosh, this is the only thing I can be mad at him for. Because there's some of them where like eventually you're kind of on equal playing ground because of the next level that the people who got cheated on take it
Mm-hmm.
to where it's kind of like, okay, at this point, we both have to forgive each other for things done, things said, and whatnot. But this one, there's nothing to forgive him for. So she just kind of has to be like, I'm mad right now. But I'm sure they'll work it out just fine if they're
Yeah.
gonna stay together and stuff.
Yeah, I bet you they're going like
If they
marriage
just talk.
counseling or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're right. I think you're right, especially is like she's probably trying to get the friends to rally and some of them feel bad for her because I mean, who wouldn't be embarrassed? That's embarrassing. Like you got called out on your bad behavior, your embarrassing
Yeah.
behavior in front of all your friends and stuff at this occasion. It's supposed to be all nice. But you're probably right, is like he didn't really do anything bad. He literally just called it out, didn't scream, didn't yell, didn't get mad, just made a joke about it and called it like kind of that. So I mean, yeah, she doesn't have anything to be mad at him or anything about. So really, everything is out on her, and I feel like she's kind of trying to turn the friends and trying to lash out, and her friends trying to back her up because like it is all on her,
Yeah.
and there's no one else to point fingers at. Unlike some ones that we've seen, like where like the spouse finds out their other spouse is cheating and it shows up at their work and just starts announcing it to everybody in the office, starts screaming at them and throwing all their stuff from their house into the out in front of the workplace and stuff like that. Those ones, like, yeah, the other person stooped to their level now. And so now you are both in the wrong and are both terrible in this situation that now you can be mad at each other. But yeah, in this one, she only has herself to be upset with
Mm-hmm.
and embarrassed by is her own self.
Yeah.
So, it's very true.
All right. Top comment. Must admit, I did laugh when you said she claimed that you humiliated her. If her friends are split, that's fair indication who are you are misnaming friends. Some suggest you went too far, not as far as she did. In this case, she fucked about and found out, not the a-hole. Another person agreed. What I always find low, even for cheaters, is when they start complaining about their spouse or their person they cheat with. I hope she cried a lot. Yeah, that's what always makes it horrible. Because, like, you know what? Sleeping with someone is one thing, but having an emotional connection, especially an emotional connection where you can tell them, like, everything that's so wrong with me, instead of
Mm-hmm.
telling me, like, hey, these things are wrong. We need to fix them. Otherwise, you're gonna make me, like, want to leave you and go to somebody else.
Facts.
But yeah, because that too, complaining about it, and he was able just to like walk out there, say this, drop mic, and leave. I would have been like, "Are you really gonna complain about me?
Yeah.
About me?"
Facts, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The hell? All right. Now going from that to another couple, and this is going to be Malicious from Malicious Compliance. It's posted by Snickerdoodles Rule. And this is Malicious Compliance in response to weaponized incompetence. So, okay, I'm new to the page. I want to hear all your stories or moments of malicious compliance in a marriage. Mine is when I asked my husband to move money from another shared bank account to our checking for bills. You guessed it, he didn't move the money. This was the third time he has forgot about it, and I was tired of asking. I watched our checking account go into the negatives with overdraft fees. I confronted him and he said that I didn't tell him which account, but we only have one main account for both of us to pay bills from. The account is connected to our debit cards. The next day, he went for lunch at Chipotle. As he was checking out, he realized that he didn't have cash or money in his debit card. He called me at least 5 times asking me to transfer money since I was near the bank that day. I did transfer money, but not to the account with the debit card because he didn't say which account. We haven't had any problems with him transferring money since.
I would do the same.
Edit, we share all our bank accounts. I crunch the numbers and can't always be responsible for budgeting and going to the bank slash doing transfers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good system. One person budgets, the other one does the transfers and this, that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good system until, yeah, someone doesn't want to do their portion of it.
Exactly.
But that's a good one to just leave him at Chipotle. And he has to be like, so I can't pay for this because
Yeah,
your wife transferred to the wrong account because, I mean, you didn't ask what account needed it. You didn't specify.
exactly. That means he either has to pay and overdraft his own debit card
Uh-huh.
or he's got to figure out something else.
Yeah, and hopefully it wasn't already overdraft because they can only let you overdraft so much.
I couldn't. It sounds like the debit card one is a different account. So like there's like their checking account for bills, and then there's their account for their debit cards they can spend on.
Yeah, okay.
I is what I'm picking up. It's like there's strictly a bills account and there's strictly a debit card account.
Yeah,
And she's saying he knows which one's which. So why is he confused that this one's debit card? So obviously we're not transferring bill money there. We're transferring it to the bill one.
yeah, no, no, no. I got that. I just meant
Okay.
like as if he had no money on it and if he was also overdrafting there and he has no money.
Yeah, but you were
Don't
saying
worry
like
about it. Never mind.
okay. Alright, well, anyways, yeah, weaponizing competence is one of the most annoying things and some of the most annoying stories. And so I'm glad someone went back and got malicious compliance on them because I feel like sometimes people get some petty revenge on it, but most people just get annoyed and kind of just leave the person over it. And some of them aren't like leave worthy. And I feel like this is one of the times it wasn't leave worthy, but it definitely was he needs to learn so then you're not overdrafting every time you have bills
Yeah.
because he's not doing his side of the work of paying everything. Like you're already doing all the budgeting stuff, he needs to transfer it then. Like if that's his job. So I'm glad he obviously learned because he hasn't messed up since. So
Yeah. Yeah, because also to like be all of a sudden like you don't know when it sounds like this has been your routine already. You just
yeah,
got lazy with it. Come on, Sid.
yeah,
I know you know what account. We've been using it.
yeah. It's not new news.
Yeah. It's not like this is the first time we're transferring to this new account to start paying bills from.
Yeah.
It's been done, it's been known.
I'm pretty sure there's a text somewhere from the last time you paid bills that said which account that you paid it, you've done it
Yeah.
before. So you already know where it's coming from. Come on, bruh.
Yeah, we can all forget accounts here. I don't care. Let's
Exactly.
all forget.
Oh, man. Someone said, had to get the guac, didn't he? OP said, LOL, guac is fine. Just remember to pay our bills first so we don't lose our cars and house.
Yeah.
Someone just comments to them about their username because it's the Snickerdoodles rule. Someone just said, I love Snickerdoodles. They are my absolute favorite cookie. I'll knife someone for the last Snickerdoodle.
Me too.
And two, B, thank you for using lose correctly because they spelled it correctly in losing the cars and
Mm.
house. And then someone put whatever, a loser with two O's. It's fine. Let's see. Oh, here's another person comment said, my partner wouldn't move the clothes to the dryer. I separate the clothes, put them in the washer, start the washer, pull clothes out of the dryer, fold them, and put the clothes away. After a long time of me harping on him, who he decided that we should do our own laundry. Cue malicious compliance. Someone rarely has clean underwear, and I still refuse to do his laundry, even when it piles up and he complains about not having clean clothes. My husband used to insist he clean more. Oh, another person comment, sorry. My husband used to insist he cleaned more than I did. Spoiler, he absolutely did not. So when I get on him, he throw out, how about you take care of yourself and I'll take care of me? When I told him for the 600th time to put his laundry in the hamper, so I did. I only cleaned my dishes, didn't touch his bathroom, didn't touch his laundry. After 3 weeks, it turned into, if you're doing your stuff, why aren't you doing mine? Or after the explanation of how the situation came about, he started doing his own chores, even started helping with mine. He honestly didn't realize how much work him just existing is because he's only had roommates to pick up the slack.
Yeah, you gotta learn eventually. Like, oh my
Mm,
gosh, I'm not gonna keep doing this for you. Yeah, if you want to take care
exactly.
of yourself and I'll take care of myself, bet because myself is really easy to take care of.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, because I remember even when we had a roommate and we would always just if we came to wash dishes, we just wash all the dishes in the dish or wash all the dishes in the sink. But then eventually it's kind of like you're never gonna wash dishes. And then whenever you kind of do, it's only yours.
Hmm.
So then, like, at that point, okay, then I'm not doing yours. And then, yeah, did we have the nastiest sink? Because there was just one side of the sink was just piled over, overflowing with dirty dishes. Yeah, but you know what? I can't keep doing yours. Eventually, you gotta learn.
Exactly. I'm not going to be the maid around here. I'm not cleaning everybody's stuff. I don't
Yeah,
like doing it here and there or even just like quite most of the time, but you got to help out at some point.
yeah.
I can't be the only person because, like that, just existing, people are hard to take care of for just existing. Me, myself, and I really make a ton of mess by just living in my house and
Oh,
just moving
yeah.
around and just like just breathing. Sometimes it just causes a lot of mess. And then have to clean up another person and then have that person complain to you when you do something like slightly slower than they want or slightly different than they want, but they're not helping. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a malicious compliance in.
Oh, yeah. And then when their roommate told me that like we should start cleaning the banister because it looks like it's getting a lot of dust.
Yeah, I'm like, where
Excuse
have you?
me.
I haven't seen you pick up a broom from this house. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I've never seen you sweep, mop, Clorox. I've barely seen you do a dish.
Yeah,
Only thing you do is your laundry.
yeah. I
Tell
mean,
tell
yeah,
me there should be extra stuff cleaned.
yeah.
Sir, then pick something up and clean it.
Facts.
This is why I can't room with guys. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just dirty people because I feel like I've heard stories of women. Obviously, ours
That's
is
true.
men seem to be the worst, but
Yeah, we have a friend that also has some pretty horrible roommates.
yeah, we've had a friend that's had bad girl roommates. We have a friend that's a guy who's very clean and cleanly. So like it just depends on the person. It does seem to stereotypically usually be like the men are dirtier, women are cleaner. But there
Yeah.
has been some really dirty women that people in our friend group have met, really dirty men that, I mean clean men that we've met. So like it does it doesn't it does change, but I hate being with a person who's uncleanly. I just can't
I
stand it.
can't.
And
Like,
then
cause
having to, then they also get mad if you don't are not the person cleaning because they don't want to clean it. They don't want to touch it,
yeah,
and it's disgusting for them.
yeah, and then
Sorry.
and also like I get not being like crazy clean because I'm not like the cleanest person. I don't like clean every day, but I clean after like a few days. I'll pick up clean. Like I don't have overpiling dishes, but like yeah, sometimes I have an off week and I'm like I can't I can't deal with life this week. So yeah, I might not do dishes that whole week. And it
Yeah.
gets kind of gross. But
Fuck.
whatever, it's my own mess. I did it to myself. I chose not to do it. But then like to have like other people's dishes like that and you're just staring at it every day and you're like, "Are we never gonna clean this?" But then you
Yeah.
like and it's eating at you like, "Oh my God, we're on week 2 of this. These same dishes. Do I have to clean them? I can't clean them." But then you're like, "Oh my God, but it stinks so bad. I need to clean them."
Yeah.
And then you just have to be almost, then you have to do that. You just like, no, because if I fall back, they're going to fall back. And eventually they'll learn. Eventually, it might take a month for those one sink of dishes to get cleaned. It might mold. It might stink.
Yeah.
But eventually, when they have to clean that after a month, they're gonna realize I should probably do this more often.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. So it's not fun, but
It's definitely not.
I'm glad her guy got it together and was like, this is not fun. Let me help out more.
Yeah. I was
She's
like,
right.
sorry, that was a dumb answer for me to
Yeah,
give.
I should have never said you take care of you, I'll take care of me.
Yeah. Or be like, oh, wrong account. I don't know which count. Like, you gotta watch your words sometimes because people will use it against
Against
you.
you.
Which, and sometimes it needs to happen.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. But thinking of the roommate stuff, we'll get into it more in another episode because I do have a really good one of roommate dishes that's coming up in an episode. In the next couple episodes, there'll be
Okay,
one out.
sweet.
But yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get more deep into it.
we'll definitely get our friend who's had the worst roommates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's true. Maybe I'll keep it for when
Yeah,
she
we gotta
comes
get
on
some
for
like
that
old roommate friend
because
stories
there's
for
a
her.
good roommate one I have now that's coming up.
Yeah, she might be mad because she has a little bit of PTSD, but she'll enjoy it. All right. The next one is from Weddings Shaming. This is by Effective Wind 2552. Guy proposing steals bride's bouquet. So this happened 12 years ago. My boyfriend and the time now husband brought me to a wedding as a plus one. The bride and groom both went to our very small college. They were fresh out of college, so all of the guests were about in their 20s. During the reception, the bride and all the single ladies gather up so the bride can toss the bouquet. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, a guy comes up behind the bride, was holding the bouquet over her head, posed to launch it into the crowd of hopeful women, and grabs the bouquet from the bride. Then he gets on one knee of in front of bridesmaid, offers her the bouquet, and proposes. No one knows how to react. A good 5-10 seconds, absolute silence. As everyone is trying to comprehend the sheer audacity, the bridesmaid says yes, and everyone goes back to their table. So this day, I still find myself wondering if the bride knew and approved this proposal. From what I remember, the bride seemed surprised, but not upset. Either way, we left shortly after.
Hmm. I mean, some brides, even if you don't ask them, some brides are okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Some brides, because they know this couple so well, they've been wanting to get proposed, and they keep telling them they should get married or get engaged or whatever, and they push hard enough. They're like, okay, they did our wedding. That's fine. We've been wanting them to get proposed to. Some will hold a good face and seem happy for them in the moment and are really pissed, and some will go off. So I mean, sounds like she either was surprised and was happy about it, or was surprised and held a good composure and was pissed.
Yeah,
But that's crazy. Or she did know, but just didn't know it was gonna happen that way. And maybe it threw her in. She was like, "Oh, that's so surprising, but also really cute." We don't know, but damn, yeah, proposing at someone's wedding is interesting. Always interesting.
it's always interesting. But yeah, I would always ask, who knows if she knew? Because at the same time, like, even if you know, you probably don't expect the bouquet, like, as you're posing with it, to be ripped out of your hand. So even then, like, you might be stunned whether you knew it was coming or not.
That's why I also felt
Um,
like it could have been like she didn't know that's the way it was gonna go down.
yeah.
It's because like that you're
Because
saying.
I feel like they're just a bunch of college kids, really good friends in their 20s. I feel like they're probably pretty good about this. They're probably good sports. But
Mm.
what do I know? I don't know this friend group. I hate that it's kind of a cute proposal. I hate that it's kind of cute. He took the flowers to say you're next. Want to marry me?
Yeah,
So I do. I hate that it's kind of cute
yeah,
because you know what? I hate that people propose at people's weddings. That's crazy. Get
yeah,
your own day. They paid a lot of money for this to be their specific day.
yeah.
But it's kind of cute. That was kind of a cute one. I've never heard a cute one. That's kind of a cute one.
Oh, most of the ones I've seen that are kind of cute are the ones that the bouquet is given to that girl.
Oh yeah.
but it's always talked through with the bride and
The
the
bride
bride
brings it to her.
and the party, because they somehow get it to that one girl, or the
Mm-hmm.
bride gives it to her and then it turns into a proposal. Like, I've seen it where the bride's always included though. That's why I feel like that's a crazy way it's done for the bride to be included and just want it snagged from her.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. Maybe that's their friend group,
Yeah.
that she was like, do whatever you want and I'll go with it. And maybe he picked that and she's fine with it. It just took her out of the moment because she's like, did not expect that. I don't know. But I do always like, I hate when people propose at people's weddings because, like, I feel like you are taking away from her day and it's our moment. And then, like, now when they celebrate their wedding anniversary, you're going to celebrate your, like, engagement day. But whatever, do you. But if you're going to do it, it should be cute. And it was pretty cute. But I hate the ones that are not cute because it's like it wasn't even worth it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. No.
it's not worth stepping on people's toes for
Yeah.
nothing, my
For people to
guy.
look around and be like, "What?"
That was
Would be crazy.
lame. Yeah.
And then my other thing is though, like thinking from the oh gosh, I want to call him groom, but he's not. The guy proposing.
Mhm.
Thinking from his perspective, like if the bride was included and she was supposed to toss it kind of to her, I feel like for me, I would be so nervous that I'd be like, get it together. I'd be hyping myself up, and you're gonna kill it, you're gonna kill it, you're gonna kill it, and then I'd be like, F it, and then I'd run up there and steal the. I'd probably do it myself, just because like I would have to get myself so hyped
Yeah.
to ask someone to marry me. I feel like it's so nerve wracking. Like poor guys have to ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not asking. I'm not doing it.
Facts. I feel it.
But yeah, so I feel like even from his perspective, if it was planned, I feel like the only way that it would stun the bride like that for him to steal that bouquet is because he probably hyped himself up way too much and said, "Let's do this," and just went up there and yanked it.
That, or he's one of those guys is like, she knows she's in on it, but I want everyone to be stunned. So I'm gonna change the whole
And
plan right now and we're going for it.
yeah,
And he goes, what's more shocking than just snagging it?
yeah, it's snagging this from her hands while she's
Yeah,
turned backwards.
exactly.
Yeah,
So maybe that's also it. So I mean, I feel like you would have to know these people well enough to like know if the bride knew, if the bride's okay with it. You feel like you have to know this friend group to be like, that sounds like them. That sounds about right. Kind of vibe. So you never know.
all right, let's see. Top comment. For her sake, I hope the bride knew and approved it. If not, that guy was a complete ass.
Yeah, because it's not even like you're kind of rude for like proposing a thing. You like fully snagged from it. If she didn't know, you just ripped her flowers out of her hand. What if
Man,
you messed
yeah,
them
you
up
took that whole
and she
moment.
wanted to keep them and everything like as a shadow box type thing or something, and then you just snagged them things
Yeah.
out?
And
Like,
you took the whole fun moment of like who is it? Is it yeah, it's in How I Met Your Mother, and Lee
mhm,
and them are like talking about the traditions they don't want to do because they're so cheesy.
mhm.
And she was like, "But one I will always do is like throwing out the bouquet because I want to be like, crawl for it, bitches." Like
Then
that,
yeah,
yeah, you just took that moment from me to make everyone run around on the floor scrounging for flowers.
facts.
That sounds so fun.
Some people
I want to
wouldn't
fight
like
to the
it.
death. Yeah, I
Exactly.
want to make people fight to the death for that, just to be the next married.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then another person said, if the bride didn't approve that, the guy's actions are even worse than just proposing at the wedding. Taking the bouquet out of the hands of the bride, the bouquet toss is a beyond a jerk move. Also, I have had the feeling that people who get engaged like that have marriages that don't last.
Oof. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying though. That's even crazy. You're taking a step further to be rude if they do not know. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because someone said I see no reality where anyone would approve this stunt. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if she did approve getting married, that stunt
Mhm.
is not what she approved. That's why she was stunned.
That's what I'm
Because
saying. It
ripping the
feels
ripping the
crazy.
flowers is crazy.
It is. It is.
I've seen one where the bride was in on it, pretended to throw the bouquet, but walked and handed the bride's maid, whose boyfriend was on the knee behind her. It's definitely rare though. Yeah, that's the one you said.
I've seen a couple like kind of like that, or they do it where it's like in a box and everyone has to like hit it with a hammer, but every other girl did it really lightly and she's the one that broke it, and that's just because they were
Mm,
posing. There's some really cute ones about like giving this bouquet away, and it's really cute. But again, you have to get approval. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. Maybe, but it could just be their friend group. Like they just like crazy stunts that like he was like, I know she'll be okay if I snag it out of her hand because
yeah,
that's the kind of friend group. As I'm saying, sometimes you just gotta know these people too.
yeah,
Like to fully say you're kind of terrible for that. Like
yeah. Because some of them that I've heard, they're like, they're the cousin of a cousin and stuff like that. It's like, I don't even know you, and you're
yeah,
up in here proposing at my wedding.
yeah, dude,
Like, I've met you all of like 4 times
yeah,
and only at family reunions.
facts.
Yeah, those some of them are crazy. Now, if like, yeah, okay, you're part of my bridal party, I know you super well, and we kind of approved it, and we're like, oh my God, it'd be so cute. Yeah, I might approve something, but ripping the bouquets is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm in Sweden, bro. All right, now we'll finish off with a good petty revenge. And this is from Legal Gazelle 9080. Overcharged me at the nail salon and led to chaos. I got my nails done this morning at the same nail salon I've been patronizing for almost 2 years. It has a it has 1,000 plus great reviews online. They have always done amazing work. They don't post their prices anywhere, but I've always paid 40 to 50 bucks. However, it hasn't been consistent, as in sometimes I would be asked to pay 50, other times later I'd be asked to pay 40. When I asked about the price, usually when it was 50, they would say I got a nice discount at 40 and standard was 50. The $10 difference never really bothered me, so I never made a fuss about it. It kind of chalked it up to more inexperienced front desk workers not tracking well to the established price. I also have gotten into a habit of asking the price before they start, but forgot to ask this time because I was just getting my normal nails. Today I finished up my appointment and the front desk told me it was $70. I was surprised because I got them done last month and I'm pretty sure it was only $40. The lady said prices went up, which I felt should have been stated somewhere, but I know the businesses are nervous about the economy, so I understand a hike. I paid my bill and internally decided to find a new salon. Not because I did anything wrong, but paying $70 for nails isn't worth it for me. While there are cheaper places around, given the quality will almost definitely decrease. After I paid, I realized I left something at my seat. I had been quietly chatting with the lady sitting next to me during their appointments, and we were getting to the exact same service in different colors. As I went to grab my bag, I couldn't help but making a quiet comment to her that $70 for our nails is crazy. Yes, this was a complaint, but also wanted to warn her about what to expect. She immediately got agitated and asked her nail tech how it could be this much because she had never paid more than $30 for the service. She looked like she was gonna cry, and she said she didn't have $70 for the service today. Her nail tech quickly tried to damage control and said that since she was such a loyal customer, her purchase would be $30. This didn't really calm her down though. She asked how long had I been going there, and I said 2 years. And she said she'd been coming for less than a year. At this point, other customers at the busy salon started paying attention to what was going on, and a few, 7 to 8 other people, started sharing what they paid. At this point, other customers are, oh my gosh. At this point, other customers at the busy salon started paying attention to what was going on, and a few, 7 to 8 people, started sharing what they paid for their nails. It ranged from $30 to $70. At that point, I had my bag, no reason to stay, but as I left, almost the whole salon was getting heated with everyone realizing that they actually don't have a set price for their services and just charge as much as they can get out of you. I will definitely be leaving a review, and somebody tells me that the others will as well.
That is that is a crazy range. A crazy range.
Yeah.
First off, I don't think I would have trusted the place because every time I go into a nail place, I always look at their board or their little sign thing whatever they have that says all the pricings on it already.
Hmm.
So it's ready to go into a place and they don't have it. It's kind of unprofessional. To go from $30 to $70,
Yeah.
I've paid probably $30 and that's just like one simple coat and they're kind of just painting it and that's kind of it. Like they might do a little shape to the nail you have, but that's it. Now, 70, sometimes it can get crazy ranging when it's like the acrylic nails. And sometimes that depends on like shape, style, whatever you're getting. And so then yeah, it might be from 70 to like 90, like a $20 difference
Hmm.
because of the amount of work, but to have like $40 difference of nails, of just
Yeah.
basic nails
Yeah.
is crazy.
Facts.
And to, yeah, come in every time and you get almost the exact same exact same thing every single time. I don't even think I would have looked past the $10 difference every time. I think I would have been like, why is there always a $10 difference? I think I
Yeah.
would have already started asking people around me, like, is it always like a $10 difference when you come here?
Yeah. Does it always change?
Does
But
your
I guess I
price
always just told
change?
her like you're getting a discount this
Count
time.
today? Yeah,
Which I mean, I guess if you're going there for 2 years, like you're gonna believe like the like keep because constant like
that's
customer like
true.
loyalty,
He,
getting a discount because you're a loyal customer. Maybe you might start to believe like kind of think that's what you're getting this whole time. So I don't know if I would have fully questioned it too much
I
either.
don't know, because I'm like, where's the point system here, people?
But I would, oh, I always make sure like they either have a board or they have some listed online, or you ask them, and if they do change the price next time, I don't know if I ever would come back because I feel like if they're just telling me a price that day and then they're changing the next time, I don't know if I would go there just because I get nervous to kind of get played like this. So I wouldn't, because usually when I paid 70, it's like 30 to 40 is like basic nails and like basic polish. 60 to 70 sometimes is gel. And then like 980 to like 100 is usually when I've gone acrylic, or
Mm-hmm.
the gel acrylic is sometimes a little on the higher end of that, or even sometimes a little bit higher than 100. And then you have the tip on top of it. So usually I'm like, man, that's not bad. But to, yeah, jump from 40 up $30 to 70. I mean, I get the economy thing, whatever, but yeah, you feel like you gotta like tell people as they're coming in if you've known that they're like consistent
Yeah,
customers.
we're gonna be raising our
We're gonna be raising our
prices
prices, so be aware of that
next time.
next
Yeah.
time. So then, like, people like the other girl, she was like freaking out that she couldn't pay 70. I feel like then it probably none of this would have trickled down that you're paying making people charge different prices, because now everybody would have known that the prices were going up. Even if you're a consistent customer, you never would have told somebody else now or said anything about it because you probably would have already changed salons if that was too much for you, and then
Yeah,
now you wouldn't be there anymore.
that or you would have been like, they did warn us, so you wouldn't have said anything to her to be like, 70 is crazy.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I thought was gonna happen when she was going back in, I thought she was gonna hear that lady get a totally different price than her. And if that
Yeah.
happened too, that would have been crazy to like pay 70 and then as you're walking out you hear, and that's gonna be $30.
Yeah.
I would have excuse me?
I mean,
I would have
yeah,
flipped
dude.
out. But
I mean, she already did get to hear that that lady, she got a loyalty discount and she's paying 30 when it's supposed to be yours was 70, and you've been going there a year and a
or
half
longer.
longer than her.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I think I would have said the same thing to her. I would have been like, wow, I can't believe it's gonna be $70 now. I probably would have made a nice conversation if I was already kind of talking to the lady and came back in for my purse. But then once like it kind of sparked up and the chaos started going around the salon, she said, I headed out because there's nothing left for me here. No, there's a lot left for me here. I'm gonna watch this place burn to the ground with
yeah.
chaos that I started. I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah, dude.
But she's, some people in these stories are better than me. There's a reason why I'm reading Reddit.
Yeah, we like the drama of it all.
Oh my God.
I
I
feel
don't
like I
want to be
probably
in
would have
it,
stayed
but
too.
God, I would have stayed just to watch it. Watch it all go. But yeah, $70. I would have been the same way. Like before that, I wouldn't have, I mean, I would never have confronted anyone. I would just been like, wow, 70. paid it, left, and I would just never come back. But yeah, if you're going for your birthday, just making a friendly conversation. Can't believe it's gonna be $70 now. I would have totally been that lady who was like, "Excuse me, I came
Yeah.
in with $30. You tell me I'm gonna pay an extra
Well,
40
she
on
probably
top
gave
of
him like
this
50 because like you come in with a tip and you come in with a thing. Now she needs to pay over her amount of her nails and her tip.
tip."
And then you have to, so you're
Well,
adding their
I
like
just mean
amount.
like
And then
with
now you have to come with another tip over $70. That's
yeah, but that's
crazy.
what I mean. Like even
Yeah.
with tip and stuff, because you're probably gonna keep your tip the same.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still a $40 difference.
Yeah. But
But
still,
but to have like a $40 difference, you come in, so you don't even have that money.
yeah.
I would, yeah, to say that she looked like she was about to cry, I probably would have actually cried. I would
Yeah.
have been like, excuse me? I don't even know. I'm gonna be that guy at Chipotle calling calling you.
Yeah.
I need you to transfer me some
I
money.
have no money. I have no money in my account. I have no cash on me. I need you to move some money to my
Yeah.
account. Yeah, bro. That would be me too.
Venmo me real quick.
So I can just send them the Venmo amount.
I need you to Venmo me. I'm at the nail salon and some chick told me it's gonna be $70 and I don't know what to do.
And the fact that this girl, like the other girl, cried, I'm like, damn. It's probably one of those things. It's like you do it every once in a while, like every month,
Month or
and
so,
not
treat
every like
yourself.
couple weeks and stuff. Like you actually are treating yourself. So you'd spend
Hmm.
like you're like, cool. I found a place that's $30 and they do good service,
Yeah. And
and
you're
now I can.
saving that money
Yes,
for
and
that
now
one
I can do my
time.
one little bit of my nails and feel good and everything and feel like
Yeah.
got a little pedicure, manicure going. And then to have it just like turn on you, oh my God, I probably would have cried too. I probably
Oh
would have
yeah,
lost
I
it.
would have too.
I'd be like, I don't have it.
No.
I saved up this much to get my nails done. Because I'm one of those people that rarely gets my nails done. But when I do, I try not to spend too much because I'm not the biggest person to like splurge that much
Yeah.
on my nails.
And when I do, I look it up before I go because I make sure to have the exact like make sure I have all the money before I
Exactly.
can go. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So funny.
I would have been calling you crying.
Yeah.
Please help me. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I don't have enough money. I don't think I have enough money.
I'm like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta call my sister to
I'm
come,
gonna be calling you.
come give me her
I'm
card.
the freaking guy at Chipotle. Transfer me some money. Please don't be his wife. Get it to the right account.
So embarrassing. When I forget my card, I'm already embarrassed. To just like go up there and not find
Oh my
out
gosh.
they changed the
Yeah.
amount, I'd be more
I'm
embarrassed.
embarrassed when I just lose my card in my purse. I'm like, I swear to God, I can pay for this. I swear.
Exactly.
I swear to God. I swear. I'll find it. I swear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but the first comment is, good job getting everyone to see their tactic. Another person goes, I also like the other customer who wouldn't back down even when were getting a better deal. And I'm like, they're talking about that girl was like started to cry, and she's like, you're getting $30, and she's like, how long have you been coming here? she's still,
Yeah.
she's still asking questions and making it worse. As like,
That's true.
like a
Honestly,
worse
I
situation.
would have held on to their ripcord and made them charge
Yeah,
me back $40.
exactly.
I'd
And
be
that,
like, so I don't get loyal customer discount?
yeah, you tell me I'm not cool enough for that? Okay. But yeah, it also makes me wonder, like, did that girl fake cry to get the better deal, but also to like call them out by like, how long have you been coming here?
Yeah. She was trying to help
Coming
you out,
here?
girl. She was probably actually trying to get you that loyal customer discount.
Maybe.
I would have taken it. I would have taken that ripcord.
I'm like, oh, can I get my some $40 back? Is like
Yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty
pretty
loyal
sure,
customer.
guys.
Two and a
Yeah,
half years.
yeah. So funny. And the OP commented to those and was like, I was impressed with that too. I think it's for two reasons. One, no one knew why they were changing some people. So, one, no one knew why they were charging some people more and thought that could be me. Two, other than the initial lady who only paid me, two, other than the initial lady who only paid $30 every time, everyone seems to be dealing with the price fluctuations at their appointments, which is true because that lady was the only person that doesn't sound like she said $30 every time. They like never change it for her. And I don't know if like maybe she has a distinctive look that this lady remembers her every time, so now she gets nervous that she's gonna say something if it changes from 30. Or this lady they want to move her like this lady is like 30 to, or I guess go up and
Well,
not go down from that. So maybe she doesn't fluctuate because maybe she like told them like she only has this amount to spend every time. And so they never go over it for her. They just keep her at 30. I don't know.
that or because it sounds like she just asks the price every time. But the other lady could be like mom, where mom always comes in and she's like, "Is it still this much? Is it still this
Yeah,
much?" And so if she's coming
true
in
that.
saying, "Is it still 30?" Then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, it's still 30. It's still 30. Come sit down. Come sit down."
You're right. You're
So I
right.
guess it might be how they come in and approach it. Because
You're
she
probably
says
right.
they kind of figure out what they can get out of people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just kind of waiting how you ask and how you react to pricing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I'd be willing to bet those price fluctuations are because they can't remember what they charged you last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old adage, it's easier to tell the truth because you don't have to remember the lie.
Mm-hmm.
The OP said, I think so. I usually go on the weekend in sweats and a bun, but I was dressed a bit nicer and had my hair straightened for a meeting later, so I don't think they recognize me. I really
And you
have
look
no
nicer.
idea. Mhm.
Price her up.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I really have no idea if that has to do with the pricing, but I think it explains the comment about the woman being a loyal customer because I've definitely had her nail tech do my nails before. Edit it to add, I wasn't immediately offended necessarily at the comment because I travel a lot for work. So I go there once a month or every 2 months. If it was a standalone comment, I would assume she goes there once a week or gets multiple services. However, it all adds up. At the end of the day, I just think that the price discrepancy should be honestly stated. Examples, I have no problem with people getting discounts because they have more challenging financial situations, or if different techs have different prices. I've seen contrary evidence to any arbitrary reason for this, which is true. Different nail tech could have different prices, but I feel like then you need to have a sign that if you end up with this tech, you get this price. If you end up with this tech, it's this price. Or if you're not gonna have it posted because each tech should tell you like, this is what you're getting. This is gonna be your price, and that's like at the Nelson that mom always goes to when we went with her. They have set prices and they have their little like menu, whatever they hand you. But when they do it, they go, this is what you're getting, and this is what you're getting. You're getting this manicure, and you're getting this type of nail polish. So the manicure, it's gonna be 30, and it says it on their menu. This is gonna be 20. Then you should have a menu kind of like that and say, this is the tech you're getting, this is their experience, this is what you're paying for them,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the type of nail polish you're getting. So you're gonna add that price onto it, and then whatever extra onto that from
Yeah.
there. Then I feel like you gotta have some kind of breakdown to show them at the beginning of their appointment, so they know how much it's gonna be if they either want to change their appointment to set it up with a different tech, or if they want to just go to a different salon and don't want to go there.
Yeah.
It can be their choice. I feel like you need some kind of layout because, like they're saying, that's true. Different people could get different discounts for their financial thing if you want to talk to them and you negotiate it, but it shouldn't change every time you go. And especially if you're dressed in sweats and a bun, between dressing up nice because you're about to go to a meeting and you're getting insanely different prices, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But nuts. But that's it for today's stories. What are kind of your takeaways from today's stories? Between this like glitch in the matrix and malicious some clients, like, different petty revenges, what's your main kind of takeaway on these?
My main takeaway is challenge, challenge, challenge. If you're gonna park next to my car and tell me I gotta figure it out, okay, let me challenge that. Are you really gonna feel that after I mess with you?
Sure.
And like also with like the doing the laundry and all these chores. Am I really gonna be doing that? Or am I gonna have to challenge you and we'll see how you feel after I challenge you. Or even the bank account. You really don't remember? Let me challenge that memory. We'll see if you remember after I challenge you.
Facts. Challenge is a good one because it even goes for glitch in the matrix. Something weird happens, challenge it. With either testing your sheets,
Yeah.
test this and that, challenge urban theories. See, there's a lot of good challenging ones because even the bride thing, you could challenge it and really test the waters. Talk to different people, kind of challenge the idea of what came out, and maybe
Hmm.
different people do know if like the bride knows, stuff like that. challenge the thoughts that are out there, challenge the ideas, or even like that, write into Reddit and see if like, do you feel like that was okay type of thing. Challenge the thing of like even just like messing with the saying making the joke about the wife's affair. You know, you got to do it, and then yeah, you can challenge it by putting it on Reddit and seeing where the people are landing because obviously your friends aren't gonna help you in that. So you know, I like that. Challenge it.
Yeah. And even with the affair, when you're challenging, like, do you really feel good about this affair?
Hmm.
Let me say something to all of our friends, and we'll see how you feel about this affair.
FX.
So that's just my takeaway challenge.
I like it. I like it. That's a good one. Honestly, that's probably mine. I think I think I was kind of thinking the same thing. I just don't know. I like your word challenge. Really summarizes it better than probably what I. Mine was probably gonna be a whole paragraph to explain that one word.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it. So, if you have any thoughts or how you would challenge some of these, or even just your thoughts on how you go down differently, or even just thoughts of different things you have that are kind of similar to these, like maybe you did a malicious compliance for someone using weaponized incompetence, like some of the people in the comments, or even just like our poster in general, or if you have any good wedding stories of people proposing at other people's weddings, definitely share those below. We would love to hear them and maybe even share them on the pod. So comment below your thoughts, your stories. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us today.
Also, would you let someone propose at your wedding?
Ooh, good question. Yeah,
Because I always hear like a 50-50 split. I want to hear what your thoughts are.
yes. Yeah, share if you would, why you would or wouldn't. Or
And how far you let the proposal go.
yeah, or if it does it change by person, does it change by scenario? Definitely give your thoughts. That's a good question to put out there. Thank you for sharing that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, good hanging out with you guys today. Bye.
Thanks for joining us. See ya.